Inland Sports Show, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in, breaking down some Inland Empire sports. We got a real juicy show for you tonight. A lot of basketball in this show. We're going to catch up with Murrieta Valley head coach Brian Wethers. This guy has played pro basketball all around the world. He coached at UCR, and now he's back at his alma mater, the Nighthawks. So we will talk to Coach Wethers. And then, hey, we'll keep it global on this show because Ane Olaeta, who is the star point guard for California Baptist via Spain. She is having a fantastic year, and the Lancers right now are 10-0 on the season. And Ane Olaeta is a big reason why she has more assists than anyone else in Division I college basketball. So we'll talk to the point guard for the Lancers. And then we're going to have an interview with Tyler Wells. He is a star pitcher out of Yucaipa High School and Cal State San Bernardino. Just got picked up by the Baltimore Orioles in the Rule 5 draft. So we will talk with Tyler Wells as well. But as we lead things off here, a huge shout out to our sponsor of this segment, Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. We got the location off the 215 at Alessandro, the other one off the 91 at Arlington. So we appreciate Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Now listen, we talk high school football on every single Inland Sports Show, and we're really excited to have this guy back on the show. In fact, the last time I saw AJ Duffy, he was wearing Crocs, and he was convincing me that Crocs were back in style. AJ, are Crocs still in style? Are you wearing them right now?
Yeah, I'm wearing them as we speak.
Crocs are back. Well, AJ, listen, you've had some great seasons at Rancho Verde High School. But we just learned recently that you're going to be taking your talents to Florida to play for, well, the #1 team in the entire country, IMG Academy. How did this kind of happen? How did this all come together for you?
Oh, man, the coach really just had reached out, and then me and my parents were talking through with all the uncertainty of the sports, and then really just to get the best training. So we just decided to go out. That would be the best move and go out there.
Now, AJ, you've already got a ton of scholarship offers from all of the big-time programs from across the country. Do you think by going to IMG, you'll get maybe a little more recognition, a little more notice? I mean, what do you think you can accomplish out there?
I'm not really going out there for those reasons. I'm just going out there really to get better and just to prepare me for college.
Well, AJ, again, you had some awesome seasons at the Rancho Verde High School, but when you go to IMG Academy, I don't know what their schedule looks like for next season, but I'd imagine you're going to be traveling across the country, playing the other top high school football teams in the entire nation. Are you excited just about the challenge of not only the guys that are going to be on your team, but maybe some of the teams that you'll be going up against? You're only going to get better for that, for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be big time. That's another reason I wanted to go, is to compete against some of the best players and teams in the country. So fired up for that.
So what does your dad say about all this? I mean, we all know he's the head football coach for the Mustangs, and we love the Mustangs, and I'm sure he'd love to have you, under center for next season. But what does your dad say about this?
It was kind of bittersweet for him. At first, he was kind of iffy, but then he realized it was the best thing for me, and he always wants the best for me, so he's just kind of letting me go do my thing.
Now, listen, really, we all know this. Moms run the household. Moms are the shot callers. What did your mom think about this? Because, I was talking to you off the air that, of course, eventually you're going to leave and go to college anyways, but I'm sure this was just a little bit sooner than they were prepared for. What does mom think about all this?
My mom was actually all for it because she had watched a few YouTube videos, so she knew about IMG, so she was like, man, that's a great opportunity. He has to go do that and get better. And I was like, shoot,
So AJ, walk me through the last couple of weeks for you, because I know, you visited IMG. I know, obviously, you're looking at which college you might end up at after next season. What have the last couple of weeks looked like for you in terms of, maybe going here and there and trying to figure out what your future is going to look like?
I mean, we recently visited IMG last week, and then other than that, I haven't done too many college visits right now. I'm probably gonna go when everything opens up, and then after that, probably pick. I want to commit before the start of my senior year.
AJ, that was my next question, because I know a lot of big-time high school football recruits like to make that decision, so that way they can just kind of enjoy their senior season in high school without that weighing on them, like, oh my gosh, where am I going to go? Coach is still reaching out to you. You feel like if you give an early commitment before your senior season begins, then you can just focus on football, right? You can just focus on winning football games.
Yeah, I agree 100% on that.
Do you think, going to IMG Academy all the way in Florida, I mean, how old are you, 16? I don't know how old you are, 17, but is it kind of...
No, I just turned 18.
You just turned 18? Are you nervous about going all the way out there?
At first, I was a little nervous, but when I went and visited and see, how much support there is, I felt at home. It's a super supportive place, and I'm going to miss my family, of course, but they'll come out and see me a couple times, and I'll go back out there for breaks and stuff, so it'll be all good.
And you leave actually very, very soon, right?
Yes, sir. I leave the 29th.
Man, January 29th is right around the corner. Listen, I don't know what Rancho Verde's football schedule looks like next year. I don't know. Maybe your dad can pull some strings. We get a Rancho Verde versus IMG game going.
That would be crazy. I don't know.
And I know IMG's played Centennial before, actually here in Southern California. Have you looked at what IMG's schedule is for next year? Are they out here on the West Coast at all?
They haven't came out with a schedule, but I think we might be in Arizona for one game. But I don't know yet.
Well, that wouldn't be as far for your folks to leave the Inland Empire and go see you maybe play in person. AJ, finally, what are some things that maybe you can do to improve as a quarterback? I know obviously you're going to grow by leaps and bounds, even more so when you get to IMG, because you're going to have some great coaches and great training there. Not that your dad's not a good coach, obviously. But what are some things that you think you can do to still continue to progress and become an even better quarterback?
Well, shoot, I just feel like I can get better in every way at IMG with the support and then the training, just the training every day, and then the meal prep, and then really just little small things that make you better.
Well, AJ, we are sure going to miss you at the Rancho Verde High School, but man, what a great opportunity. Tell your dad I said hello, and keep in touch, man. We want to see how it's going out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We'll keep in touch.
All right, that is star quarterback A.J. Duffy. Join us here on the Inland Sports Show. Thank you, A.J. Appreciate it. And best of luck out there in Florida.
Thank you. Peace.
All right, that's A.J. Duffy. Join us here on the Inland Sports Show. We really appreciate the time. And again, IMG Academy, the only time that we really saw him, at least against an Inland Empire school, again, it was against Centennial. That game was a battle. IMG got him in that game. It went down to the wire. And what a great opportunity. I'm sure Dad's going to miss him because A.J. was arguably the #1 quarterback in our area. And they're probably going to have a big season at Rancho Verde. So, but best of luck to A.J. out there, one of our favorites here on the show. Now, speaking of high school football, you might have seen this trending on social media, that there is going to be a number of rallies across the state of California on January 15th to help convince the governor that we should have the return of high school sports. It's #LetThemPlay. And there's going to be rallies at high schools in different cities across California, several here in the Inland Empire as well. Again, use the #LetThemPlay. And again, they're trying to show the governor that if you follow the science and the data, it shows that you can do high school sports and do it safely. And that's the big thing, right? So right now, currently in the state of California, here in the Riverside County and San Bernardino County, we are deep in the purple tier. And we know those sports that you can do in the purple if we can get out of the stay-at-home order. Once we're out of the stay-at-home order, we can resume high school sports. And again, those in the purple tier would be the first ones up, including cross country, which is that season 1 sport. We also have tennis, swim, track, and what else am I missing? Swim, tennis, track, golf, and of course cross country. So those would be the purple sports going first if we can get out of the stay-at-home order. But again, hashtag let them play. Rallies across the state, hoping that we can open up things a little bit more and give everyone a chance to play, including football, maybe still sneak in a couple games, a little bit of a season, baseball, softball, and who knows what the next couple of months might look like. But speaking of football again, we got an interview with head coach Jordan Brusig from Aquinas High School. You can see the entire interview on IMG TV3 and on their YouTube channel. That's IE Media Group. We share a lot of content with them. Jordan Brusig in the Aquinas Falcons. When I asked Coach Brusig, hey, when are you guys returning to workouts? Coming off of Christmas, when are you guys going to get back on the field? He's like, we never stopped. So that's how they do it at Aquinas. Practice, practice, practice. They love to practice. And he said they will continue to do so, hoping that they will have some games this spring. And if they don't, they will continue to practice, getting ready for the fall season. Here is a quick soundbite from head coach Jordan Brusig at Aquinas High School.
Inland sports. And if we play until April and we got to go again, ready to go in August, and that's what we're going to do. Obviously, I think, we love coaching football. The kids love playing football. So I don't know if we could ever get enough of it. And, I think that's a big reason why you see all these coaches doing everything in their power to keep kids motivated, to keep kids active, to whatever it might be. And it's because we love playing this game and we love doing it, at our high school. We love doing it with the community that we've grown up in, So no matter when we start, what what that date looks like, we're gonna do what we can to be ready and yeah, man, just looking forward to whatever it is.
Inland sports. The great Jordan Brusig. And again, you can check out that entire interview right now on IEMG and the IE Media Group YouTube channel. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, Brian Wethers, head basketball coach at Murrieta Valley High School. That's next on the Inland Sports Show.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. The number one sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Kin Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Kin Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kinsportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Kin Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Kin Sporting Goods.
I mean, somebody just shut Juju Smith-Schuster the hell up. He basically went and just destroyed his own team by, saying the Browns is the same old Browns, calling them a bunch of nameless gray faces, and then they went out and got pounded by those nameless gray faces.
Has he not heard of the term bulletin board material?
Man, and speaking of those names to faces, can I give a quick shout out to the pride of Heritage High School down in the Menifee area? Sione Takitaki of the Cleveland Browns had one of the 4 interceptions on Big Ben. So a big shout out to our boy Takitaki out there running around as starting linebacker for the Cleveland Browns.
Killing it as a nameless gray face over there in Cleveland.
Yeah, I love it.
Inland Sports. We love talking about Sione Takitaki, formerly of Heritage High School, now with the Cleveland Browns. And Cleveland, won a playoff game, and they are still alive right now in the NFL playoffs. This segment is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods since 1976, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. Letterman's jackets, they do it all. Check them out in Horsetown, USA. That is Kin's Sporting Goods. Now, we talked a little football. Now we're pivoting over to basketball. He's one of our favorites. In fact, I haven't talked to this guy in a while, and it's been way too long. He is the basketball coach at Murrieta Valley High School. He's a dear, dear friend. It is Coach Brian Wethers. And Coach, I did my homework, and I was looking at your resume again. I know you've come full circle to come back to Murrieta Valley, where you once starred for the Nighthawks. But in between there, you were all over the world, and that's not, that is real. That is real talk right there. You were all over the world. I've got a list, according to your Wikipedia page, of all of the leagues that you played across the globe. I want to see if you can get it right. Where did you play professionally in your career?
Oh, man. If you were to go down the list, we're China, Australia, New Zealand, Ukraine, Lithuania. I was in Uruguay, France. Let's see, Singapore, the Philippines. I think that's about it, right?
Coach, I think you missed one.
Where is this?
Wait, did you say Lebanon?
Yeah, I did say. Oh no, I didn't. I missed Lebanon. Lebanon.
Coach, what was that like as a player? Going around the country. I mean, what an experience to enjoy all these different cultures, to play basketball for a living. What was that like?
Yeah, just a unique, humbling experience. Being able to travel the world. I had aspirations like most kids playing in the NBA. And when it kind of came around, the injury kind of kept me out, and I started traveling. I realized the kind of unique experience I was getting, just being able to play the game I love in different countries, and just traveling and kind of getting used to a whole different language, a different food, a different, architect around you, months at a time. And I can recall going to China for 3 months. I got home, I might have been home, a month or so, and I'm on a plane, to Australia. And it was just the kind of, I remember going back and forth with my agent at the time as calls would come in, and, he'd tell me the contract in the country, and it would kind of be, let's do it, It's kind of, and then it kind of became, how many countries go to, and visit during this time, especially kind of in the, I'd say 5-6 years into my career when I realized, hey, I'm gonna be here, might as well get some, some mileage on the passport. So, but I loved it. It was really unique. I learned a lot. I still have a lot of friends in different countries that I still, speak to today. And it taught me a lot about the game, a lot about the world. And, I feel pretty wise in my travels.
Coach, so even, with your players or even your own kids, do you encourage them to, hey, get outside of Murrieta, get outside of the Inland Empire, see what else is out there? I mean, basketball opened a lot of doors for you. Do you encourage that?
Absolutely. Especially in this valley, we live in a really good area, a really safe area. But it's good to get out and test yourself. And that was kind of what I went through, as a high school kid. I had, a lot of my games were in LA, spent a lot of time in San Diego. And then as those teams kind of progressed, we would travel, started going back east, doing the Vegas thing. And then you kind of learn different players from different cities, different styles. And for a lot of people, it's kind of, it lets you know, like, oh, I'm not that good. Or, you kind of realize, hey, I can play with anybody. And, it gives you a certain confidence coming back. When you've seen everything, one, you know exactly what to work on. Two, you're it's a measuring stick. You know exactly where you fit. And, you're more realistic with yourself.
Well, Coach, you are a proud 1999 graduate at Murrieta Valley High School. Was there a scenario, did you ever think in the back of your mind, it would be kind of cool to go back to my home school, my alma mater, my hometown, and coach again? Did that ever cross your
Absolutely.
mind while you're in Lebanon and France and Singapore and all these different places? Did it ever cross your mind?
Absolutely not. I never thought. I wasn't sure, what I really wanted to do. Basketball had been like the center point of my life for a long time. So I wasn't sure what area of the game I wanted to kind of stick to. I got into it with personal training. I started doing youth camps and travel ball, kind of ran my own program, wet basketball for a few years doing that. And then slowly kind of got into coaching. And I really wanted to see if I have the patience for this, what this might be like. And then I just fell in love with that part of the game, just teaching the game, learning new things myself, but helping the kids. And now, the men, that I work with, have that light bulb click for them, teaching them how to play the game, how to score it, how to move the ball, how to set defenses up, and, just the details. And I think coaching has allowed me to kind of express that when, my legs won't let me get on the court anymore. So.
Did you always figure whether, like you said, you kind of did some training, then you got in a little bit of coaching on the club side. Did you always just want to be around the sport? Like, did you ever think, hey, maybe I'll be a broadcaster, a coach? Like, I can't leave basketball. I just love it so much. I got to stay close to the game. Was that what you always thought? Yeah, essentially. I knew I'd be in some area of it, whether it be the training, the coaching. Like you said, I even considered broadcasting. I used to do, interviews at Cal, and they would tell me all the time, hey, man, it might be something you want to look into, but I don't think I could do your job, Pep. I think you're good. I think that's it's not that hard.
Skill set. Yeah, that's a skill set I don't think I have. But I knew I wanted to be around the game, and this has allowed me to do it. And I still do a lot of training on the side. I still have kids I see. I have college kids that'll come and work with me, youth kids, some kids that are doing pro stuff now, and I really like being hands-on on the court that way. And with my team, my high school team, they just allow me to really teach. I'm competitive. We've put a pretty good culture together at MV. The guys really bought into what we're trying to do and what it takes to kind of get there. And it's been really fun to coach this group. We haven't been able to do much now, but it's obvious before all this kind of hit with COVID. We had a really good rhythm going. We had a really good group of guys. So yeah, I just wanted to stay attached to the game.
Well, Coach, right now you guys should be right there smack dab in Southwestern League play this time of the year. If everything was normal, I mean, how bad are you missing basketball right now? Just be around your guys, the coaches, the players, just to be out there with them.
You don't realize, how much you miss it till it's just really gone. But it's brought me kind of back to the roots of the game because a lot of things are just outdoors. I see kids and it's, outdoor training. And there's outdoor pickup ball. And it reminds me kind of when, I was growing up and how, you learn to play the game with, adults and, your father, your uncle that's pushing you around or, things of that nature. But yeah, to think of all the gyms that are in our area and they're just closed, no kids are in them. There's no balls bouncing. There's no practice. My pain is for the kids more than anything. It's not like I'm, starving for a scholarship to go play. I'm done. So it hurts to see these kids that have come and invested and put so much into this and have these goals, and everything's just kind of been put on halt for them. So, I mean, we all understand the situation, but my heart goes out to them because they just don't get this time back. So my question is just, how does that affect them down the line, and how do we come back and kind of fix this for some of these kids, even in college and in high school now that just aren't getting it, aren't getting the exposure, aren't getting the time, aren't getting, a lot of things, the reps.
Coach, I know with this new CIF calendar, obviously high school basketball, the entire season was pushed back. I guess it's considered a spring sport, you could say. But in order, at least according to the current public health guidelines, basketball can only be played in the yellow tier, which I mean, we're deep in purple right now. I don't know if or when we'll ever get to yellow. You know, how do you if you're still able to communicate, you know, with your players and coaching staff, whether it's Zoom or phone calls or whatever, how do you still encourage them, saying, guys, we got to stay hopeful, we got to stay optimistic, we don't know what's going to happen here?
Well, the bottom line is just stay ready. You know, I wish I had a magical date for them, you know, kind of giving us dates, and, you know, the tears kind of gone up and down, and there's been no promise, you know, of a season. But I just remind them that, hey, you know, when we're ready to go, we want to be ready, you know. And there's things that they have available to them. I know that they're still, you know, in states, out of state. They've got things in Nevada and Arizona, and there's travel ball, you know, exposure events that they can get to. And I'm encouraging them, you know, to find that and, you know, and go. And if, you know, your parents okay with you playing, then, you know, go play. You know, I hate and it hurts me to see, you know, them just kind of sit down and not be able to play. So, you know, we've done Zoom meetings. I know they kind of go to, you know, to work out at gyms together, and they meet, you know, on to go work out on the courts where they can, you know. And I just encourage them to just stay in shape the best you can, you know, get back to the basic fundamentals of the game. And, you know, I would tell them, I laugh with them all the time, let them know, hey, I know when we get in the gym, you guys are going to be crap for a little bit. So, so, you know, we'll just have fun with it. But you guys just get ready and use this time to sharpen the skills that you can. And it does no good to just sit back and, you know, and really, you know, complain about it, because we're all kind of in the same boat, you know. So the best thing you can do is just stay ready.
All right, Coach, this question is pre-COVID. So this is in a world before the coronavirus. When you guys would have a practice and you roll the balls out, do you ever show them what's up once in a while? I'm sure you can still play a little bit. Do you ever show them what Coach Wethers is all about?
Absolutely. You know, if there's a check ball situation, if we have any conflict, it's always check ball. And if you win, you can coach the team, okay? So far, I'm still employed as the head coach, you know, so I let them know, you know, and I have fun with them too. It's always good to get, you know, it's good for me because I like to still play, and, you know, more half court, you know, I don't get them down with a full court as much. If we get in a half court scenario, I like to kind of teach them how to just slow down. You know, you don't have to be in a hurry to make good things happen, when to use your athleticism and explode, you know, how to set up a defense and, you know, relax in a double team. And, you know, some of my best practices have been when I've decided to kind of lace them up and just, you know, get after it with them. And I think they enjoy it. You know, they always get fired up because now they want to go at me full throttle. And I kind of still be able to bring that energy. Sometimes I know my days are definitely numbered, you know, on those practices, as, you know, as I just hit 40. So I think I'm good for a little bit, but I think so it'll definitely be my assistants out there.
Coach, can you speak to the talent level that you see in the Southwestern League? Because we have great basketball in the Inland Empire. The Southwestern League, I mean, of course, at MV, Great Oak, Vista Murrieta, I could go on and on. But, man, the Southwestern League has some real battles down there in boys basketball. I love it.
Well, yeah, it's really competitive. What I like about it is schools are fairly close. You know, the guys get to see each other. A lot of them work out of kind of the local LA fitness areas. So there's a lot of interaction between those guys, and it creates for good, you know, competitive games and leagues. And I think we've got some really good coaching in this league. I've always, you know, admired the Temecula schools with Great Oak and Temecula. I like, you know, coaching is kind of a fraternity, and I enjoy watching those guys kind of coach. You know, I'm a big film guy, so when I watch them on film, you know, you pick up things, you learn things. I think, you know, the league is growing. I'm excited. You know, I was very excited about the prospect of this year. I thought we have a good unit together. You know, felt like we had, you know, in contention to win it. But there's some good, you know, good talent in this league. There's really good coaching in this league, and, you know, that's kind of what you want. You know, you really can't sit and say that there's a, you know, really weak team in the league or, you know, a powerhouse. It's pretty balanced for the most part, and you know, I know the community enjoys that.
Yeah, some great competitive games down there in the Southwestern League. Finally, Coach, because we're not in basketball season right now, what are you doing with all your free time?
You know, I wish it were daytime. I could show you how, like, immaculate my yard looks right now. Basically, you know, a lot of yard work, a lot of we try to get out. You know, earlier, you know, when it was in summertime, you know, we were at the beach. We try to go to, you know, the parks. We try to, you know, as normally as possible, get the kids out. And that's the biggest thing, is trying to keep my kids occupied and keep them out, you know, playing and not just, you know, cooped up inside. But a lot of remodeling around the house. We've painted, we've built, you know, I've dug, I've trenched, I've done it all. So and that's pretty much it. Just keep busy with that, and then most of us are online with school, so there's that during that time.
So your wife must be very happy because that honey-do list was like this long. Now it's hardly anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there's trust. There's always room to add more things to the list. You just be surprised.
Coach, you are the best, man. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we can do this again soon when we get basketball going.
Yeah, I'd love to, man. I'd love to get you guys down in the gym, see what we got going on. So I appreciate you, man. I miss you guys too, and thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That's Brian Wethers down there at Murrieta Valley here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks so much, Coach. We really appreciate it. When we come back, we're going to hoop it up with California Baptist point guard Ane Olaeta, #1 in the nation in Division I for assists. We'll have Ane on the show when we come back on the Inland Sports Show.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. Need an oil change? Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Family owned and operated, they're committed to our community. There's 2 locations, so there's one close to you, off the 91 freeway at Arlington and off the 215 freeway at Alessandro. Oil changes are very important, so make sure you swing by. It only takes 10 minutes, and you can do a lot more than just have your oil changed. How about new wiper blades? How about an air filter? Plus many more services such as radiator and transmission. Find out more information at 2getspoiled.com. Don't wait. Get spoiled today.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taken care of, whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. Customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
The Inland Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car at Spoiled. Kin Sporting Goods. They have all of your sporting gear needs, Letterman's jackets, and team uniforms. Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports are going to Boost Performance Training in Corona. Josie Williams in this game, she's got 4 points, just 2 of 10 from the floor. Again, averaging 15 points per game. Olaeta to Thomas, and that one is all good, as Brittany Thomas now in this game has 20 points, and it's a 52-23 Lancer lead. Nobody's better than California Baptist University women's basketball. We're going to talk more Lancers in just a moment with their star point guard, Ane Olaeta. But first, this segment is brought to you by our good friends at Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Right now, they have the Bass School. That is the Boost Alternative School for student athletes. This is not an online school. This is a private school for athletes who are serious about grades and serious about doing great in sports. If you are in 7th or 8th grade, and right now it's just for boys, hit them up. They are doing enrollment now for the upcoming school year beginning in fall of 2021. That is at Boost Performance Training. All right, we're talking CBU hoops here on the Inland Sports Show. It's a treat to have Ane Olaeta joining us. She is, well, she's #1 in the nation when it comes to dishing it out in assists. Ane, first off, gosh, this year you guys are 10-0. Nobody has more assists than you in the country. Like, this is like a dream scenario. Like, did you even figure like things are going to go this well for you guys this season?
Well, we didn't really know, to be honest, but just really happy with the group of people we have. We have lots of talent, new people, and we just care about each other. We're just here to play ball.
Now, Ane, going back to last year, you guys got off to a great start, and then the injury bug kind of hit you guys, and you didn't have Brittany Thomas, and then Caitlin Harper went down. I was like, man, this team is so good. If they were healthy and everything was hitting on all cylinders, this team could be really, really special. And now here we are, fast forward to this year. It's coming all together. Did you know last year, like, hey, if we can be healthy, we're going to be really, really good?
Yeah, last year, to be honest, everything was great. Well, we didn't have Brittany Thomas, which was really sad. But we did have Caitlin, which was a really strong player in our team last year. And then unexpectedly, she went down, and we just didn't have a tall person on the court, so it was really, really hard. But yeah, we did kind of knew we were good last year until what happened.
Now, Ane, listen, I always look at the box score, and I always see you flirting with a triple-double, so I know you know how to rebound the basketball. Did you ever go to Coach Olson and say, Coach, I will play in the post, I will be the 5, I will get down low, because I know you can rebound. I know you can rebound.
I don't know if he's going to be happy about me being the post, to be honest.
Well, Ane, so far you guys are 10-0. Like, so far, so good. You won your first 2 games in Western Athletic Conference play. I believe you go to Tarleton State this weekend, right, in Texas, your first road conference games of the season. What did you guys do well against Utah Valley in those first 2 conference wins that you hope to carry over this weekend?
Well, I think our defense is just, we really price on our defense because it makes us go to an offense. It's just more fluid. But I think our first game against Utah Valley, we had a great first quarter, which made us look really, really good. And then the second game, well, you can see, I think our defense just made us better than the other team. And I think just defense is the key to our game.
I think you're right. If you can play defense right and rebound the basketball, you're always going to give yourself a chance to win some of those games. Ane, how are you first introduced to the game of basketball? Because if people don't know, you're here from Spain. Spain obviously is very popular, or basketball is very popular in Spain. But how were you first introduced? Did you have a sibling, a parent? Like, who played and kind of introduced you to the sport?
Well, nobody really introduced me to the sport. I remember I was 8 and I was in school and we had to sign up for some sport. So my classmates just signed up for basketball. So I said, okay, I might as well do this too. But at the same time, I was playing soccer, which is the most famous sport in Spain. And then I was also doing gymnastics. So I was just doing all three at the same time. But yeah.
So why basketball? Why did you choose basketball, maybe soccer or gymnastics for that matter?
Well, I did soccer for just 1 year. My brother played soccer still. So I really like soccer, but it was just a 1 year thing. I got tired of it. And then gymnastics, I really, really like gymnastics, but I wasn't that good. So then basketball was the one that made me the most happy. So I just stick with it until today.
I think you made the right choice. Things are going very, very well for you at CBU. I am curious on it because I don't know what the time change is from Riverside, California to where your family and friends might be in Spain, but do they have to get up early or get up in the middle of the night to watch your basketball games?
Yeah, there's actually 9 hours, so they're 9 hours ahead. And my parents and my brother, they always wake up. Always. They see every single one of the games if they can. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Do they text you after the game or anything like that? Like, hey, great job, big win, you almost had a triple-double, whatever the case may be?
Every game after a game, I have a text of them saying, great job, keep working, the team is looking amazing. Yeah. So,
Ane, besides being 10-0 this year, you guys are on a 13-game winning streak dating back to last year. Did you know maybe by the way you guys were able to finish last year that you were kind of building some momentum? Like, hey, guys, let's end on a positive note so when we come back next year, we can just kind of keep this thing going.
To be honest, I don't think so.
Okay, I was wrong, I guess.
I think last year we just started playing better at the end of the season, but I don't think we were thinking any of that. Not me, at least. I don't know.
How was your off season between last year and this year? Because of COVID, everything was different. I don't know if you even had challenges, maybe even traveling, if you went back home, if you were able to work out. Like, what was the off season like?
Well, I went home in March, and Spain was in lockdown. I couldn't leave the house for anything for 2 months. So yeah, I just tried to do exercise with my brother. He was actually really accountable with me in that one. He pushed me every day, and I couldn't touch a basketball, not for going to a hoop or anything like that, because everything was shut down. But yeah, I just tried to stay healthy and just fit, just because I wanted to.
Well, you could just do gymnastics in your house, right? Just do some cartwheels and stuff, and keep your fitness level up.
I don't think I can do that anymore, to be honest.
Maybe if you guys win the WAC title and make it to the NCAA tournament, you could do like a cartwheel or a tumble, or I don't know, some gymnastics move out there.
Maybe I could try.
Well, Ane, listen, I really appreciate the time. Best of luck this weekend on the road at Tarleton State in Texas, and hopefully we can keep this winning streak going to start the season.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. That's Ane Olaeta, star point guard for California Baptist University here on the Inland Sports Show. We do appreciate it. When we come back, Orioles pitcher Tyler Wells will join us. Don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
here from Spoiled in Riverside. Just opened up our new location off the 91 in Arlington and Riverside. Come check us out and get spoiled for a change.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team? Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals. We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. Welcome back, everybody, to the Inland Sports Show. Final segment. We're going out big time. Now, Tyler Wells, star pitcher from Yucaipa High School and Cal State San Bernardino, drafted in the 15th round a couple years back, almost 5 years now, which, gosh, seems so long ago, by the Minnesota Twins. But recently, Tyler Wells selected by the Baltimore Orioles in the Rule 5 draft. And Tyler, who is coming off Tommy John surgery on his elbow, getting ready to go to camp with the Orioles, the big league camp, trying to find a spot on that major league roster. Here's more with Tyler Wells.
Inland Sports. So for those that don't know, the Rule 5 draft has two phases, the Major League Baseball draft and the Minor League Baseball draft. I was drafted in the Major League portion of the Rule 5 draft. So basically what that means is that the Baltimore Orioles bought my rights from the Minnesota Twins. I am officially on the big league roster of the Baltimore Orioles right now. I go into spring training. I have to try and earn a spot on that team. And if I don't earn a spot on that team and they ultimately decide that I wasn't quite there for them or what they needed at that time, then I will get sent back to the Minnesota Twins. So right now, it puts me in a really good spot to earn my opportunity to play in the big leagues, which has been a lifelong dream of mine, and I'm super excited for that. I just got back from Sarasota, Florida, meeting with some of the athletic trainers. Got to meet the manager, and even though it was very brief, it's been awesome. Everyone has been extremely welcoming, and it's been a blast so far. But I am sad to leave a lot of the coaches and some of my teammates and some of my best friends in the Minnesota Twins organization. So it's been about 2 years since I've faced been in a game-like situation. So if you would have told me in 2019 that, hey, your next game could possibly be in the big leagues, I would have told you that you're pulling my leg. But that's what I think has made it so special, is because there's a lot of adversity whenever it comes from going through Tommy John surgery, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh man, like I'm getting an opportunity to play at the big league level. And that's kind of what's been going through my head, is that, you know what, it's game time. Baseball doesn't stop, and you gotta maintain your level with professional baseball. And
Sports. Best of luck to Tyler Wells. In fact, I just pulled up the Baltimore Orioles current roster. Tyler Wells on there. And what's cool here is the starting catcher for the Baltimore Orioles is Chance Sisco from Santiago High School. So imagine this, a Yucaipa guy pitching to a Santiago guy, Chance Sisco. So that could be cool. Hopefully, best of luck to Tyler Wells coming back from Tommy John surgery with the O's. Big thanks also to Ane Olaeta from CBU, Brian Wethers, head basketball coach at Murrieta Valley, and AJ Duffy, formerly of the Rancho Verde, now going to IMG Academy in Florida. My name is Pep Fernandez. Johnny Nunez behind the scenes. He is our director. Big thanks to Johnny here. We always appreciate it. We will be back next Wednesday. You guys know the drill, 6:05 first pitch. So until then, be nice to each other, right? God bless you, and we'll see you again a week from now with the greatest sports talk in the IE, your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. We'll see you then.